Okay, we can forget about the timber holdings. But this leased acreage, Jim.
Matt, it's midnight. Stop waltzing.
You're not asking the San Francisco Trust Company for $20 till payday, Jim. We're talking about a substantial loan.
We've been talking about it all day. Sit down, Matt.
You're asking for an unsecured loan. That's the headache.
I don't want to be hobbled.
Fair enough. And on performance, you shouldn't be. Since Mrs. Garrett's death, you've done a remarkable job.
Yeah, of juggling. The taxes are paid. Connie has her share. The ranch is in one piece.
One slightly dented piece.
We want cash, yes, to grow on. We've got the land and the cattle. We've got the resources and the men to make them pay.
Do you, Jim? I've done a pretty thorough survey on the Garrett Ranch. Production, resources, and labor. That's the one soft spot. Men on the payroll, that oversized payroll. Oh, there's a lot of good men, too, sure. But too many problem workers, gold bricks, seasonal employees you don't use half the time. Lucia Garrett was tender-hearted. You can't afford to be.
Is that all?
No. No, then there are the men that are just too old, who can't still deliver a day's work for a day's pay, and all living rent-free on ranch property.
Mr. Redigo, Marino sent me. There's trouble.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yes, our trouble. A bunch of Garrett hands are trying to take the town apart.
Sheriff, I was only asking why you brought us in and only us.
Don't play cute with me, Hal. I don't mind if I have to dry you out a little. Book him, Charlie.
All right, sit on it. The dancing's over.
Cool down, Joe. I don't see anybody but Garrett hands.
They kicked it off, Jim.
Yeah, they were spoiling for a fight and they found it. But they got their fight with a lot of cooperation from the locals.
Maybe they were provoked some, but... All right, no charges. Just get them rolling.
Chuck, bring around the truck.
I'm holding Johnny over. He started it all. And he busted a cafe window. Put a man right through it.
Lawman, you terrify me.
Put a lid on it, Johnny. I'll have somebody in for the hearing. Tomorrow?
First thing in the morning. And, Jim, I gotta warn you. Mesa isn't going to stand for any more troublemaking by Garrett hands.
If you've got a complaint against us, spell it out. But don't say it unless you can prove it. They're all yours.
You were a little rough with the sheriff, but then you were standing up for your men.
Don't talk word games, Matt.
I won't. A dozen of your men start trouble, and I could see they figured they had nothing to worry about. That their jobs were riveted on. And why shouldn't they? With all those overage pensioners still on the payroll.
I'm not fighting for any troublemakers or gold bricks, but those overage pensioners, they're the ones who helped build the Garrett Ranch.
They're not helping it now. Oh, I've gone over the figures pretty carefully, Jim. Take, say, 50 excess hands. Why, that's a payroll cost of $180,000 a year. And you've got more than 50. Cut them off, Jim, or no loan.
On those terms, no loan.
Be sensible. The bank has the right to make a few conditions.
Suggestions. I agree we have some people who don't earn their keep. But I'll work out an answer to that. My way.
I'll be back this way in 2 weeks. I can give you till then.
Okay? 2 weeks. Sorry, pal, we can't do that.
I have a responsibility for this ranch, too, and one of the things I believe in is loyalty.
Fine, so do I, but let's talk a few numbers. We need operating expenses. We'll get them if we can satisfy Matt Christopher.
Let's find another way to satisfy him.
Name it.
Jim, you're boxing me in.
Cal, we run out of choices. We have to let some of the men go. The hands who don't justify their pay. We just can't afford it. You don't like it?
No, I don't. I've gone hungry, too.
See if you can struggle along without me for a few days. I hope I can come up with an answer or two. Who knows? Maybe this partner will pull a rabbit out of the hat after all.
Well, we'll run a survey on every job. You and I know some of the names already. Before we let a man go, I want to check with his foreman or operations boss.
I'll get on it.
Oh, one thing first. Johnny Howe's coming up for a hearing in Mesa today. Go in and either put up bail or pay his fine.
And blow his nose for him? I should use sandpaper.
Johnny's on the list, under gold bricks.
Jim, maybe that's a case for Johnny Howe. But what about some of those others? All right. It's my